All right, guys, Earl here with Earl's Cooking Show. You're cooking with Earl right now. We are in a guest kitchen. Thank you so much for watching. A lot of people are concerned when it comes to a tenderloin. You're paying a ton of money for a tenderloin, and it is the best cut of beef if you can cook it correctly. So I'm going to show you a trick that I like to use when it comes to cooking a tenderloin, just in the cast iron. We're not going to do anything crazy. I've got my oil at about 354 degrees right now, and I'm going to show you exactly what I do with these tenderloins that I seasoned earlier so that you can make sure your tenderloin comes out perfect every time, and it's called sealing. So we are going to seal these steaks perfectly all the way around. A tenderloin, while it's a tender cut of beef, doesn't have a ton of fat. So you have to be really careful when you're cooking it. You're actually relying more on rest time to cook the tenderloin than you are the actual pan that you're cooking it in. But flavor matters. So I'm gonna take and throw about a half a stick of butter in there, and we're gonna go to basting. And it's gonna be fun. We got the cast iron. I'm gonna move this butter around and look at these tenderloins just smile. And that's what they're doing, you guys. We don't fuss with it a lot, but I'm getting this foam just coming up here. Look at that. We've already seasoned them. We use the ridiculous seasoning. We allowed that to soak all the way through the meat. And because there's not a lot of fibrous marbling in the tenderloin, we are literally relying on the cook method. So you've got to have your temperature just right. So as we get going, we've got a good seal. We're going to take a peek at the bottom, and look at that, you guys. You see that? That's what's called sealing on the bottom of the tenderloin. So now what we're gonna do, and I'm not ignoring this tenderloin, but I'm making sure that I'm taking care of this one. So we're gonna slowly roll that tenderloin right through the hot oil and butter. You see how it's caramelizing over there on that edge? We're getting it done just right, and we're sealing this tenderloin. Oh man, the smells coming off are ridiculous. So we're gonna move this over here. We're not forgetting about you, little fella. We're just gonna seal the rest of this tenderloin. The edges, because it's important. And you can look at the color coming off on that, and boom, let it rest. Now, we're gonna go and pay attention to the other one. And I can touch this because you notice I'm using the spoon on one side. This is the tenderloin side down, right? I can touch this because that's the cool side of the tenderloin. And I'm going to do the same thing right on this one that I did with the other one. My oil is about 350, 355 degrees. I'm just letting it sit there, do its magic. I'm not adding anything to it at all. I've already seasoned this, and tenderloins are so unbelievably tender. I can just sit here and roll this till I get all the way around, and see how quickly it seals, you guys? And then I just set it over, and then I go to basting. And this is where the magic happens. Now I'm gonna go to basting my tenderloin. Look at it foam up. There's not a ton of fats in here, so by adding that extra butter, you're actually adding fats to the oil. Not that oil is necessarily fattening, right? No, yeah, of course. But we're gonna throw this up here. We're letting the bottom do what it needs to do, and we're hitting the tops with that hot oil. And the great thing about a tenderloin is you don't wanna serve it medium. You don't wanna serve it medium well, you wanna serve it a medium rare or under. So I wanna pull this off the pan while it's still on the rare side, because I know at this temperature, I'm gonna actually be able to continue cooking this tenderloin after I pull it off. So I'm letting it go right here. I'm gonna touch it. Oh yeah. I'm gonna lick my fingers, why not? But we're gonna grab a plate. This is the difficult when you're cooking at someone else's house. You don't know where everything's at, but guess what? She points at the big plate, I grab the little plate. That's how I roll. We're gonna throw that up here. So this is the same steak, you guys, that you're gonna go to a restaurant, you're gonna pay $39, $100, $150, depending on how obnoxiously pretentious they are, but you're gonna pay a ridiculous amount for this exact same cut of beef, and probably smaller. We're gonna give it the last flip right there. So we're only going a 1.5 time on this, right? And the reason for that is because I was basting the top side as I went. So now we're gonna baste this side here. Look at it foam as it goes. And I can tell with my spoon exactly where my tenderloin's at. And I'm looking for rare. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm doing it in a cast iron skillet, 350 degrees. We've got it seasoned perfectly. We're gonna set this right down in here. And I can tell just by the feel that we are almost there. You notice I'm not taking a lot of time to do it. But bam, just like that, your tenderloins are done, and it's perfect.